Alright, hello, welcome back to kottefolket game devlog. Let's see, I think that we are kind of turning on a new leaf this time. I'm currently trying to think of more things to put in the game. Maybe also just trying to polish what we already have. Maybe we'll see. But I was thinking, like, for what I want to do for streams, like creative things, I think that I'm more comfortable doing off stream, because I get like stressed about talking and doing things while streaming. I would rather do that off stream. So on stream I would rather do more things like things regarding like programming, fixing bugs and stuff like that, implementing new things. So one thing that I was wanted to do for a long time is the camera boundary, so that the camera would have a boundary where it can't like go past, and to have it dynamic as well, so when you remove a section of the wall, the camera can move past that wall, so the boundary would extend at that point. Still kind of trying to work out exactly how that's gonna be, but probably gonna be something like defining rectangles in the editor, perhaps. That is going to be the boundary, and then maybe the boundaries might be able to be activated, maybe, so that the boundary could be like an entity type, and when you destroy a wall it could like deactivate one boundary and activate another boundary, let's say. So but before all that, because I'm still figuring that out a little bit architecturally, or even how it's supposed to work, but I was thinking of doing the thing that I have highlighted here, and it's been a bug since a long time, and I'm curious to see why this is happening. So essentially, sometimes, we have this monster called Klet, which is kind of like a clay, living clay thing, and it bounces around, jumps around, and while it's jumping, sometimes if you hit it, it goes flying away very far or fast, and that's more fast than it should. Now, maybe a solution would be to have because what's happening, I think, is that we have a knockback when hitting something. There's a knockback effect which applies as a bit of force to the thing. So let's examine the knockback actually. Knockback. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to so this option turns knockback on. So if the monster does not have this on, you cannot actually knock it back. So actually the entity is, whenever the entity is damaged, you get a knockback. This is probably not how you're supposed to have it, because you want to have different types of damage. This is like for all types of damage, but I guess that, yeah, that's gonna be later. Probably we'll do something about that. But for now, the only kind of damage that we have is the player actually hitting with the weapon, and then you get this knockback effect. I just want to see how this is calculated here. So we have the knockback vector here, where time is with the mass of the thing. That's probably, yeah, I think that's because over here we are actually dividing by mass. Yeah. I probably want to have like versions of this where you ignore mass, instead of like doing this roundabout way, like getting the mass and then timesing by mass, because then you don't even need to get the body probably. Hello RZ Sammy, what's up, what's up? How's it going? Oh shit, sorry, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Just had a phone call with someone who wants to value the apartment here. Okay, so let's continue here. Okay. Right, so presumably this is where the thing could happen. I'm gonna guess it's kind of like the monster is already like up in the air. I think it usually happens when it's in the air, where the ground friction does not apply and stuff like that. And what is this strength? 200, okay. Well, that doesn't really tell me a whole bunch. Okay, let's do this. Let's open the editor. And we'll go over to, we'll do a little bit of test. I know a place where we have a couple of these guys, like over here. Well, actually, this might be a bad place. Well, I mean, I could just do some tests. Actually, over here is pretty good, although these guys are... Okay, you know what? Let's just make a new scene here. Well, actually, we have this debug place. No, but there's a clip debug. All right, let's make... Actually, we could just take this as a thing. Hello, Raunaxrar. What's up? Okay, let's test this out. There we go. And then we'll add a little bit of Kleet. Sounds kind of funny in Swedish, but yeah. Okay. These guys probably only need one of those, but whatever. Okay. So we have this guy. It's like you have to catch when they're jumping, basically. Okay, that didn't go too well. No. Okay, I think it's easiest when they spawn, because it seems like there's like a slight chance of them actually jumping directly after spawning. Hello, penguin. There we go. There's the thing. Okay. Unfortunately, it's a little bit... Okay, you know what? We could just change their behavior though as well. Let's go to Kleet. And we'll make it so that they kind of always jump. So initial is... Oh yeah, this is the spawn thing, right? On spawn is switching to idle, unless we're hitting. So right. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have actually the jump behavior. We're gonna do like jump debug so just perpetual jumping here, and when we spawn we're simply gonna do well, that. Okay. Hello, Polaris. Thank you. Have a nice day yourself. Okay, so now they should, after spawning, they should always be jumping around. There we go. Wait, what the hell? No, that's not correct. Why did I go into... Oh, because we have common behavior, right? And common behavior does the thing. So instead of doing common behavior, I'm just gonna take these two. Oh, that kind of breaks the whole thing. So I'm just gonna grab this behavior, remove the thing. There we go. Okay. Whoops. Did not want to start that. There we go. Okay, now they should be jumping around. That's the only thing they do. It's kind of bunny jumping there. Or bunny hopping. Yeah, it's like when they initiate the jump. It should not... It's like it's keeping the old velocity. So this might then be a little bit wrong then. I mean, yeah, because we're applying the impulse, but we don't actually reset. We don't really reset the velocity. We should also reset the velocity here. There we go. Now we got some more classic. Oh wow. Like, I mean, this actually was kind of like a fun enemy, to be honest. It's just bouncing around. Yeah, there we go. There we still get this super. It's like if you time it right, there's some physics happening there. I think the knockback should also have the same. Like it should reset the velocity. I think. So common. I mean, essentially, we don't really need to do apply impulse. What we could do is we could instead just say set. Yeah, we could just set velocity to this thing, and then we don't need to worry about the mass. Yeah. And now the knockback might be a bit too strong, perhaps, or there's still something weird going on. No? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's probably a bit too strong there. So let's lower this. There's some weird stuff going on when they are cramped into a corner, like both of them. They shouldn't like react to each other like that. But it seems to happen when one of them is like dead or something. Yeah. It's like during the death animation. Static true, that might be the thing. That messes things up. Huh. I think we don't really want to do that. There shouldn't be anything messing with the velocity now anyway. Oh. Of course I need them to be at the same place. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's have them over here, and maybe even like this. Oops. Well, okay. Not sure if it worked or not, but I'm pretty sure that was the issue. Okay, so there we go. That, I think, solved the thing. So, let's see. Let's go here, and these are now done. We can do this one real quick. This monster is like, once you've activated it, it's a stationary monster that shoots in the direction of the player. And once you've activated it, it's gonna shoot no matter how far away you are. So even if you like back off. So essentially, if it's like off screen, or if the player's too far away, it shouldn't actually shoot anymore. So let's go over to the thing, attack if applicable. So we essentially just add a thing here. I think monster utils distance from player is going to be less than or equal to attack range, I guess. And that's gonna be like in pixels. Pretty sure we have like pixels per meter. And we do like, I don't know, 5. What's that gonna be? That's gonna be like 16. Okay, so 5 tiles essentially. Sure. So if we're out of range, I wonder if there is a plugin that changes the whatever is called casing style. Yeah, that's gonna change a lot of places. Okay. All right. So let's build. I will test this out. Just checking, Zig, like what version they are working on right now. Because before you could go into like GitHub, whenever they had it at GitHub, you can go in and check like the milestones. I'm not sure if Coldberg has the same thing. Like they have issues. They do have milestones. Oh, so they're working on 0.17 already. Okay. Yeah, miscompilations. All right. All right, Penguin. Okay, so that is now built. We can now go to over here. And we'll go start over here and test this out. I really need to fix my oh yeah, I need to fix that bug as well. So here's the monster. So if I stand over here, it's not gonna shoot. If I go closer, it's gonna start to shoot. What would actually be a good range? Like if you stand over here, it probably should shoot. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles. But right now it's only activating over here. So I should add 2. Yeah. Hello Mutasimus, welcome back. How's it going? There we go. How is it going? Alright, so we'll do 7 tiles. And then maybe we'll try and think about a little bit how the camera should work with the boundaries and stuff. We're just fixing random stuff right now. I also noticed like a slight lag whenever you hit the first enemy. There we go. Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. As long as it's not like... Oh, we got a crash. Interesting. Okay, entity move 92. Can you hear me good, by the way? Has ladder component. There shouldn't be any ladders on there. Like in that map. It broke over here for some weird reason. Is it because the entity was destroyed? Wait, enter climb behavior. Oh, because we're ducking. And then it like checks this entity. Right. So this entity might not be valid. Because it, okay, so right. I'm just trying to think in which order this could happen, but what we could do is we could just say valid and like I wish it would already do that, although I mean it might be an optimization thing and not just crash there, but okay. There we go. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Yeah, so yeah, that's also curious, like whenever you hit something for the first time, when you hit something, there we go, now it didn't crash. It actually, it like lags a little bit. Okay, anyway, I'll probably not fix that right now, but okay, cool. So we did that, this one. Another thing I wanna fix is attacking and then like, wait, no, jumping and then immediately attacking freezes input during the attack, and then you can't jump with the next button press. Okay, so I want to fix this. So it's probably you know, due to the fact that when we go to jump, well, actually, yeah, jump is not a state. Okay, I think I know why this is happening, because... Wait, or am I... Do I know? Maybe not. Yeah, I think it's because we're going to this one every frame. So the idea of this event was that it was supposed to be edge detected. It was supposed to be just once. But now it's like every frame. So it's like where you press jump and then you get... No, wait, this is only when attacking though. It's only when attacking. Right, because then we set the state to attack, and then we don't have the jump behavior. Oh. So we should have the jump behavior here. Yeah, because you should be able to like jump while attacking, like the attack animation, I think. And we could also add, I mean, yeah, we could also add the move behavior as well. So then you can actually move while attacking. Although we don't want to set the state to walk though. We just execute the thing. Climbing also we don't want to do. Or do we actually want to cancel the attack? Yeah, sure, why not? The problem here, yeah, the combo should have the exact same behavior, I think. Maybe. So we actually need to copy this. Should be else. Okay. Let's try this out. Okay, now we can like move, we can change direction while attacking. And also we can jump while attacking, and we're not locked into some weird thing. And we can also like cancel the attack by start to climb, which I think is good because that should have like priority. So it feels so that you can, like, even though you've attacked, it's not like you get stunned while attacking. Okay, cool. Although the only, yeah, we have the charge attack. That's like different. The charge attack actually does stun you, but that's the cool thing about this as well. It's like, okay, when you do the charge attack, we can decide for each of these different attacks. We can decide, okay, how is the behavior going to be? Like, can you move? Can you climb? Can you do all this? So we could have, like, now for the charge attack that are you gonna be able to? But that's the thing as well here, because you can see it does have the same bug now. Oops, I'm trying to jump. It has the same bug, so we should probably have the jump behavior still in the charge attack as well. But this is the thing. Should we have the jump behavior, but we could have a special behavior just for charge. The behavior that we actually want to have is the end here. So we could have, like, jump end behavior, where these two are simply called here. And then we can, oops, but we do actually need the things as well. Why is this the wrong color? What the hell is going on? Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there, but okay. Now we'll go here and we'll go up here, and we can have a jump end behavior. Focus, climb. Oh, where is that? Attack, charge. So instead of having jump behavior, we can have jump end behavior. Which is not really an if. It's more like we just want to call this. Actually, we probably don't want this either. Well, it's more like we just want this, actually. I don't think it's an issue, because this one is only relevant if we actually look at this to play some other animation, which we don't do. So that's fine, I think. This should be fine, except it's not an if, it's more like we just call it here. I mean, actually, to be honest, we should just cancel the jump, actually. We should just have this here. I mean, cancel jump sounds weird, but I guess that's what we can do. Cancel jump. And then this is essentially what we need to do. There we go. And we just call it there. Okay. So instead of calling this every frame, we can just call cancel jump here. And then we don't even need this. There we go. Okay, so now instead of the when you charge and you happen to also hold the jump button to have initiated a jump and you do a charge attack, it doesn't get stuck in the jump. Like if you release jump, well, actually it will cancel jump. So you won't even get the full jump. Actually, is that even what we want? To be honest, we probably want to allow the actual jump. Even while charging, I don't know. We'll keep it like this for now, and we can always change it. What? Expected. Wait. Oh. Oh, I see. That's why it doesn't work. There we go. Still more issues. Okay, 46. Oh yeah, same thing here, right? There we go. Man, my computer's really laggy for some reason right now. Probably could do with a restart, maybe. Maybe even clearing out the cache. Okay. Right, so now it's like I jump and I do a charge attack, it actually cancels the jump. But again, I'm not sure if that's what I wanted to happen. Also, there's like a bug where if I hold and then charge and then release jump, now if I jump it doesn't actually jump. So there's like one charge of button press there that doesn't work. And I believe that has to do with the jump behavior not being called. Well, you know what? Let's actually just call jump behavior as we did. So we don't cancel the jump. We do else if jump behavior. And we have this double jump. Yeah. But we don't care about the animation. So we'll just do that. Okay. Like the only thing I'm thinking of is I'm not sure if I want to be able to initiate a jump during charge. Well, or if it's charged, the only thing you want to be able to or jumping the only thing you want to be able to do while charging. Because it feels like if we should allow jump, why shouldn't we allow move? Whatever. Let's just do move as well. Okay. And we also cancel the thing. Yeah, but we don't change the state. There we go. Cool. Yeah, because I really value being like mobile, like making the controls feel like you should always be able to move around essentially. Unless maybe like you get stunned by an enemy or something, but yeah. What's happening there? It felt like I couldn't. Oh, it's because I jumped, maybe? Okay, so if you jump... So if you attack, charge, then jump, you get stuck in that little animation there. Okay. Okay, a few bugs and stuff from that. Yeah, it's like if you jump and attack, you get stuck in this. In the attack state. Okay. I mean, okay, even if you just do this. So we should actually... Okay, so we should check here. This should be... We should always check this then. Yeah. Okay, so it was correct, the thing we had before. There we go. Welcome back, Penguin. Alright, it's a little bit better there now. Yeah, so I had some new ideas for the game, although I'm not sure how much I want to do, or if that's gonna be like a different game or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It feels a lot more smoother now. Oh shit. That's a 1-2 combo there. Yeah, I mean the charge up may be a slightly too fast. Oh, I forgot to change these guys. Okay. I was debugging those guys earlier and yeah. I mean, it's kind of fun, actually. They actually feel a little bit more fun when they actually just jump around like that. That's the crazy part. Like, I made this monster that has like multiple attack patterns, telegraphing attacks, so that you can duck or stand up or duck depending on the attack and like reacting to the thing. But just a bouncing ball enemy is like feels more fun. That's funny to me. So I don't know, maybe I should just change that enemy to just always do this. Or maybe make another enemy that is doing that thing. I don't know. Oh yeah, I didn't bring any items. It's a little bit easier though. These guys now. But that's fine. Oh yeah, also maybe the ghost got fixed now as well. We'll see. Because of the knockback change. Have to be careful now. Oh, there we go. Okay, maybe turning around while executing a charge attack is a little bit too OP. I don't know. What? Also, this guy, I feel like it should keep, like, even if this guy is like colliding with the wall, as you saw there, it kind of loses its vertical or horizontal momentum, or it's like a horizontal velocity. I feel like it should like keep that, like good old-fashioned, you know, 8-bit stuff. It should just keep the velocity after it's like going out of its collision there, but it's gonna be difficult because it's like part of the physics system. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I guess we could, like, in each update we just set the velocity, like the X velocity to whatever. Yeah, that could work. Okay, let's figure out this ghost here. I really like the entrance more to this place now. Okay, there we go. Now we got some proper knockback. Except it just launches this guy off the screen. Okay. Yeah, the charge attack is really nice to have. It also has more range. It's good because I don't have a lot of health. Okay, goodbye. I feel like some of these bugs is gonna be fun to keep in the game, but no. Goodbye. Oof, that was close. Okay, this guy is... Oof. Because I don't remember exactly the attack patterns. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I did already move through here, so let's just go here, I guess. We could just pretend that we did the whole puzzle up there. Oh man, my brain stopped working there for a second. Okay. All right. What now? So, oh yeah, we can try the stealing. So whenever this guy is jumping, doing the jump attack, we should set so I think after this, or maybe even after that, I want to set the, or actually maybe even at the end here. Yeah, we want to set the velocity to this times, no, well, so X is zeroed out, we keep Y, and then we also wanna get the direction. So, and then we apply that to that. Actually, it's just gotta be like the speed here. But the speed is kind of weird because it's like it's kind of calculated here. I guess we could just get the velocity here and save it maybe. Like we store the velocity. One file at a time. Some of these days I'm gonna sit like a whole night and just do these. As a meditation. Okay. Right, so then we need to get the state. And that's gonna be the velocity there. Actually, then we don't need the direction. We don't need the direction. Yeah. So it's just gonna be this. And we just add that there. So that means that even if it collides with a wall, after it has collided with the wall, or after it has like, it's jumping up, colliding with a wall in the ceiling, but then once it comes down again to get kind of the wall is out of the way, then it continues its trajectory there. I think it's pretty easy to get this scenario in that place. So let's try that. So now let's see. We're getting the state. Okay, we also need to set it over here. So let's get the state, and then this one should be get velocity x. Okay. So let's do this again here. Whoops, I did not mean to launch. There we go. Here is the place. And here's the place where it's supposed to attack. Yeah, and there you can see that was the idea. Like, I really want to have like a duck attack to be able to attack those guys. But even if this guy is like colliding with this corner here, it instead of like falling straight down, it's continuing its trajectory there. So just like that. That is kind of what I expect as a player as well. Like I don't expect the guy to just stop and fall straight down. Okay, cool. So that was that. A little bit of random bug fixing this session, so that's nice to get some of these things done. All right, we fixed this one. Cool. I'm thinking either we call it here or find other smaller things to do, because I'm not gonna tackle the camera this time. That's gonna be a longer session, I think, or multiple sessions probably. Yeah, because I need to kind of think about how it should work and all that, so before I actually do anything with that. But I have a pretty good idea, but I want to sleep on it for like a little bit more to see if we can fix the things. Okay, Let's look at some of these old notes here. See if we have anything we can... Oh yeah, this one is actually still relevant, I think. If you take damage from multiple sources in one frame, you're damaged multiple times. I'm just thinking how we can set this up. I mean, we essentially just need... Well, first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna restore this guy. Okay. What was it I was thinking about? I forgot. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, let's see if we can maybe... Wait, what the hell? Let's see if we can perhaps... let's get rid of these. Just close everything here. Debug multiple hits. Oops. Wait, why is this over? Oh, this is the actual time map. Okay. Wait, no, that's not. Oh, it's the mini boss time map. I see. Yeah, that's right, the mini boss. And this one is supposed to be... Whoops. That was not... Okay, there we go. Scenes. Time maps. Debug. There we go. Alright. Entities. Okay. So I think these guys are probably pretty good at kind of hard to move them when I only get this, the anchor thing. But this, you can do it like this, yeah. Okay, so I'm basically just gonna have a whole bunch of these. And then the goal is to have multiple things hit me at once. I mean, it doesn't need to be these guys. It could be actually be anything spawning directly under it. I'm just gonna try this first to see if the bug is still there, because these, yeah, so as you can see, I got 2 hits there. So let's see if we can fix that. And that should be like on, no, damage on touch, I think is probably what we need. So it's like each component, like there's one of these per monster. And each one can only hit the player once during, yeah, I guess per frame. Because I think it's like reset probably later. Yeah, it's reset every frame. But so it doesn't actually do anything. Is my take from that, because every frame, this is happening once per frame anyway. So really what we should look for is if the player is already hurt or if the player is like invincible. I'm pretty sure. Because we don't actually check that. Oh, we do actually check that. Oh, because it could happen here, maybe. Well, actually, if the players hit, we should probably just break out. Or we should say that, okay, well, the player was hit. This should be like a global for each frame instead of being per component, which doesn't do anything anyway. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna rename some stuff here. We can call this just view. This is the player body. And yeah, so essentially, we still want to do that shield effect, even if the player has already been hit. So player was hit is true. That feels more correct. But so this should only happen if player was not hit before. We could also just continue there. I just want to do this, but also the on hit. I'm curious how we use that. It's only used here on trap hit. That seems to be a pretty high priority. We should probably have that outside there. The thing about the stun though is like if one projectile is prioritized to deal damage and then you have another projectile which actually stuns, then that fizzles here. So what we could do is we could say we could move this to outside and we could say stun player stun duration, but the stun duration is probably, we want to have it be like the maximum of the things. Okay, we can have like an override flag, maybe? Because I think this is also used to cancel the stun. You know what? Let's make another function actually for that. Let's make like unstun player. Which changes this to 0. I mean, actually, we could just set the thing back. Well, whatever. Let's just do that. That's fine. Because then we can do this instead of doing stun, we do unstun. All right. So then what we can do is when we say stun here, instead of just setting this to this, we set it to the max of these two. So then if you take a lower duration, it's not going to override a longer duration. Okay. Right. So now it's like the damage only happens once. We should also do this. But the stun is applied for all projectiles. Like if a lot of projectiles was hitting the player in one frame, you still get the largest stun of them, and you get all on hit effects, but you only get hit once from whatever was first here. Cool. Now that's the thing also, you could also check here to see, okay, well, which one does the most damage? Maybe we'll prioritize that one, but whatever. Yeah, so the main issue was that this all happened within one frame, and invincibility check was up here, but also the invisibility was not added during this this loop anyway. So it's like it's not added here. This simply adds pending damage here. So it's not like this would have added invincible anyway. So we need to kind of handle the things here. Okay. Hey, Polaris, welcome to Twitch. There we go. So this might solve the problem. Okay, we got some errors. State machine utils 277. Okay, right. So this would be 0 if it's not defined. Yeah, so we built the game, so we can go in here, our debug map, and test this out now. There we go. Now we can only get hit once. Although the problem though is that this only applies to damage on touch. So it's like if we have multiple systems that apply some kind of hurt effect. I mean, most of the damage actually is on damage on touch. We also have attack. We have the attack system, which does also deal damage here. But those two systems happen at different times. However, let's see, the health system happens here, so that's when you would get an invincible tag, I would say, probably. When is actually invincible added? It's actually added here as well. So it is added during the health system. So it's happening, it's actually added here, which means that the attack system could add hurt effects, like damage effects, but also damage on touch. So you could, if you're at like colliding with an attack at the same frame you're colliding with something that damages on touch, like a projectile, for example, then you can also get double damaged in the same frame. So I think that maybe we need some other thing there as well. Maybe the health component can have like, well, I already took damage this frame, so I can't take damage. I can't take more damage. Yeah. That would actually solve the issue as well. Then we don't need to have this whole thing in damage on touch that we just did. So essentially here is like, if we already have pending damage, we should probably not get more hurt. So yeah, that should also solve the issue. Although, I mean, it comes with some implications as well. Like it kind of limits how this works, but I'm trying to think of cases where this is not supposed to happen, but right now we don't really have any. But it could be like when we, I mean, we could change this later, like when we kind of revamp maybe the damage system, like we have specific types of damage that has different effects or something like that. Maybe. But okay, so now actually this hurt is not doing anything if we already took damage this frame. But I could do it next frame though. So it's like actually we still take damage. No, it can't do it next frame because then you are invisibility frames. That's right. Okay. But potentially for enemies that don't have invisibility frames, they could get like multi-frame attack, or like each frame would deal damage if you have like an attack that enables that. But I think that the normal attacks, they have this flag. Yeah, they have a list of like entities that they keep track of, like which entities have I hit, and they can't hit the same entity twice. So that attack is kind of consumed there. Okay, well anyway. Now we can kind of go back here and actually undo this. Because now this doesn't really matter. Yeah, so this goes back to how it was before. Except I think maybe was this up here? No? What are the changes? Oh, maybe it was changes from before. I've not committed in quite a while, which I should do because I don't want to lose a whole bunch of work here. Play was it false? Yeah, so this one is not used now, so we can get rid of that. Okay, so let's try this again, just to see that it still works here. And then I'll probably call it for today here. But we've done a whole bunch of smaller bug fixes, which is real nice. And oops, that's not what I want to do. Also thinking a lot about, you know, yeah, so that seems to work. So very nice. Okay, well that's also another bug where these enemies are like, they can't get hit for some reason. It's probably to do with the state machine for those guys, actually. Oh, wrong project. And also, this thing, like we can just set this to be idle. We don't need to do that, so that skips a frame. So the common behavior should include common death damage behavior, yes. Although I'm not sure why they get basically invulnerable. They also get stuck in like an attack animation, and then they get like invulnerable for some reason. Maybe it's something to do with the burrow, actually. Maybe they get out of burrow and they are still invincible or something. Maybe it's to do with collision detection. I don't actually know. Burrow. So during burrow, Cancel behavior. If you're dead, okay. If state was ended, we go back to uprooting, and then here we actually, what the hell is this? Oh, it's a timed function, right. Okay, so the burrow adds invincible for a time. Yeah, but the invincible actually has its own duration, so we could just add it there, right? Why would we need this? Oh, it's adding it later, maybe. Yeah, okay. It's adding the invincibility later. Okay. Root duration. And what's the duration of... So we set the animation to root animation. And then this is also the root animation. And we create the root animation there. So essentially there's two animations. There's one for like particles, I believe, and then one for the monster. And the duration is the same. So I'm pretty sure that this duration and this duration is the same, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's actually double check that. So this is the main root. It has total duration of half a second. These things also has like half a second. So they are playing the same time. They have the same duration. So essentially we don't really need to get this duration here. We can just set this to be the duration. The thing is though, that when the duration is up, because we set the state duration to the same duration, when the duration is up, we change this to something else, which means that, no wait, that's uprooting. Here, execute burrow. When this is ended, we change the state to uprooting. We also clear invincible, which means we remove invincible. This doesn't make any sense to me. What am I missing here? Because this is just root duration. Set state duration to duration, which is the animation duration. I'm confused. Burrow. And then we change to uprooting. Because what I would expect is the burrow to take a little bit longer, like they burrow into the ground and then it's like keeping there for some time. and then uproot. Like right now it's happening immediately. So I think that this is wrong here. Also, but we still don't really need this. So I see what's going on. It's like, but really what I would do at this stage is instead of adding this as a time function, I would actually have another state that does this. So burrow is like one state, and then burrowed is a separate state. Yeah. So we have burrowed separate state. Okay, and then we have the same thing here. Post is probably just copied over. The thing about this one, yeah, we should probably have the same things going on here, but this one changes to burrowed. However, now what we can say is that we have a pre-function here that just adds invincible, and then the post function just remove if exists. Yeah, so then we don't even need to worry about this handle. Add or replace, and then we also set the duration to be burrow duration, I guess. Yeah, and then it goes to uprooting. Okay. So burrow is now a transitional state where we actually execute a burrow. However, we don't do this. And we don't need this function. Okay. Right, and then update, it just waits for the animation to end. It goes into burrowed, at which point we add invincible, and we wait for some time, in which case we go to uprooting, and also at the same time we calculate an uproot position, we set the position, we update it. This could also really, I mean, this could really happen at the pre in uprooting, to be honest. We could just do all this here. We don't really need this post. So it goes to uprooting, we get the uproot position, we set the position to that, we remove invincible, and we set the animation to uproot and all that stuff. Okay, there we go. And then it goes back to the normal behavior. Now I'm not sure if this will fix the bug where they are invincible, but let's try it. Also, now we can remove the thing, this thing here. There we go. I'm just gonna do this while I'm at it. Alright, there's a lot of these. Okay, whatever. Let's just see if this works now. Three, three, six. Oh. Right. Okay, fine. Let's just make initial be the thing it was before. So let's just make this into function. Void set state to idle. No size available for comtime type, only type. One for the one state and set state to borrowed. Set state. Excuse me. What is going on? Okay, set state. Wait. State, okay. Pre. If has declaration. No. Yeah. Oh, new state dot pre. Okay, so it's calling pre, right? Okay, okay. So we're calling this function and then there we are. Oh, I see. My bad. So we add invincible. Okay, yeah. Great. We have to actually instantiate it there. And not just add the type itself, because that doesn't work. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. A little bit hard to understand the issue, or, well. But anyway, that's the things, that's kind of the weird things you pick up during when you're programming in a project and you get these weird errors, but then you kind of remember, yeah. You have to remember some of those to be efficient sometimes. All right, so let's try this here. Yeah, so now they take their time to get back up. And I seem to be able to kill them now. Okay, cool. It looks a little bit misaligned with the animation though. Like, yeah, they are a little bit above ground. I mean, maybe it's because normally there's like a whole bunch of grass and shit, so it may have looked good then. Or maybe I should just like make them taller or something. Like I should just be able to change the graphics to make the legs taller or something. Well, these guys are like at the bottom as well. Also, if I do this, will it actually change the scale here? No, it doesn't. Okay. I don't remember if I actually implemented that or not. Oh, it actually moves it as well. Can we move multiple? Yes. No, they're still up there. What if I move you up? Will you go down to ground level? Yeah, okay. So it's like the collision system is fixing that. Okay. Right. Okay. But that is going to be it for this time. So thank you very much for joining me here. Hopefully next time we can get started on the camera boundary stuff, because I feel like that's a major hurdle for me with this game. And yeah, it would be really nice to get that done, because then it would feel a lot better. But yeah, let's see. I mean, we got a couple of people in here, so we could do a raid here. Actually, to something else. I don't really know what though. Maybe this Game Boy Dev. Awesome. All right. Have a nice day. I'll see you later. Bye bye.